Hi guys, it's me Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Okay, so we have started our crochet or Sunny Days Beach bag crochet along, and I believe most people have gotten the base of their bag finished. But I was wanting to go ahead and do a little tutorial showing a few of the rounds, because I know there was a few people that were getting frustrated because since the pattern is written in UK terms and we're having to convert it to US terms, those that use US terms. Okay, so I thought I'd do a tutorial to try to explain some of the rounds. Okay, once you get past a certain point, and then it's just repeat. So I think if I can get the section explained to you, and then you just repeat the tutorial, and that will get you through the other two repeats on the bag. Okay, so imagine this is your base and you just finished round 25 and you're at the end on this corner. Okay, now going on to round, or turning it from row 25 to round 26, you're not going to chain one and turn like you did before. You're just going to start working down the edge and around the remaining three sides of your rectangle to finish off your base. Okay, so the end of round 25, you're over here at this corner. You're going to do 20, then you're going to just turn it, not flip it over, but turn it, and then you're going to work 23 single crochets down the side edge, and then turn it again, and then you're going to do 60 single crochets across the bottom edge, and then you're going to turn it again, and then you're going to do 23 single crochets up to the top, and then you're going to stop. Even though 26 was just those three sides, the row 25 is one side of your round 26, if that makes sense. So once you get up this second side, then you stop and you slip stitch into that first stitch of row 25. Okay, and so you're finished with round 26. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And if you count your stitches all the way around, and you will have 166 stitches all the way around your rectangle. Okay, now you slip stitched into that first stitch to finish off the round. Now if you're going to change color, then you would just fasten off, and you are going to join a new color into that first stitch, okay, with a slip stitch. Okay, you join your new color. Okay, and then so round 27, now you're just going to do one single crochet all the way around in each stitch all the way around. Okay, just single crochets, and you're still going to have 166 stitches at the end of that round. Okay, now slip stitch into your first stitch, fasten off, cut your yarn, and you're going to join a new color. Okay, and so now you're ready to do round 28. Now round 28, you need to decrease one stitch because you want to end up with 165 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, and the way that she does it is you join with a slip stitch into that first stitch, okay, to join your yarn, to connect your new yarn. Okay, and then you can chain up one. Remember that chain one doesn't count as a stitch. Okay, but you slip stitch to join it, and then chain up one in that new color, and then go staying in that stitch that you joined into. You're going to do a single crochet two together. Okay, and in that stitch and the one next to it, and so that is going to turn those first two stitches into one stitch. Okay, and now let me show you. I did a swatch here, and I will show you what a single crochet two together means. Okay, so imagine that this piece right here is the end. I've just finished row 27. Okay, so for row 28, I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch, and when I'm going to slip stitch, I'm going to use my new color because I'm changing colors. Okay, see that? Okay, now I am in the first stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to do the single crochet 2 together to unite these two, the first 2 stitches together in a decrease. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, and then instead of completing my single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. See that? And then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go through all 3 loops at once, and that just made my decrease down to 1, from 2 single crochets right there to 1. Okay, and now for the remaining of that round 28, I'm going to just do 1 single crochet all the way around, just like we were doing. Okay, just like that, and I'm going to do it all the way around. And so when I get to the end of row 28, when I get back around to the back around to the beginning, sorry, and I slip stitch into that first stitch to join, then for this round, at the end of this round, our stitch count will be 165 stitches instead of 166 because I decreased in that very first stitch. I did the single crochet 2 together. Okay, so when you finish round 28, then you're going to do just a basic 1 single crochet around all the way around again for round 29. Okay, and you're still going to have 165 stitches. Okay. Okay, so now let's going on to round 30. Let's imagine that I'm just finished with round 29, my last single crochet. Okay, so I still have 165 stitches around. Okay, I want to insert my hook into the first stitch of that round to join, and I'm going to pull up a loop of my new color, and then finish off with that slip stitch, which is the joining slip stitch. Okay, so I want to snug up my ends here. Okay, and then I can but let's see, I can go ahead and chain 1. Okay, now I'm ready to go on to round 30. Okay, so round 30, the first thing, it starts out with a slip stitch. So in that first chain, that first stitch of round 30, okay, or the first stitch of round 29 where we're working, I'm going to go back in there, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch. That's it. Okay, not a single crochet, just a slip stitch. Okay, now I'm done with that stitch. I'm going to the next one. So in the next stitch, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Okay, the next stitch, it says 2 half double crochets. Okay, so you're not going to do 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. You're going to do 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, the way I think it would have been clearer to read. Okay, so there's 1 half double crochet, and then I'm going to do another half double crochet in the next stitch, not 2 half double crochets in 1. Okay, so now I've used up 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 4 stitches. Now in the 5th stitch, I'm going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, in this next stitch, which is the 6th one, I'm going to do a triple crochet. In a triple crochet, you wrap your hook 2 times before you start doing your stitch. Okay, and then you take them off 2 at a time. Okay, there's your triple crochet. Okay, so now we're at the top of our shell. Now we're going to go back down the shell, and so I'm going to repeat what I did over here, but in reverse. So I'm going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, and then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. I'm going to do another half double crochet into the next stitch, though, just 1 stitch in each stitch. You're not doing any increases. Okay, and then now I need to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a slip stitch. Okay, that is our repeat, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, but remember that shell starts with a slip stitch. Okay, so that means to do another shell, you need to do another slip stitch. So between the shells, you're going to have 2 slip stitches. Okay, 1 and 2. See that? Okay, now go on to the remaining part of your shell. So after the slip stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 triple crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and then go back down our shell. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and a slip stitch into the next stitch. See that? And then you just repeat that all the way around. So 1 slip stitch, see how it ends up being 2 next to each other, and then 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 triple crochet. Now go back down. 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 slip stitch. Okay? And then when you start again, you do another slip stitch, remember? So 2 slip stitches in a row. Okay, I'm going to finish this round, and when I get to the end of my round, I will come back and we'll go from there, okay? Okay, so I'm finishing my last shell for this round, and I just did my single crochet coming down from my shell. And so remember, after the single crochet, you need to do a slip stitch, okay? And then there's another slip stitch before you start the next shell. Well, for here, since we're at the end of the round, we started with a slip stitch, okay? So that slip stitch we just made and the starting slip stitch, that is the 2 that needs to go between these 2 shells. So we are right at where we're supposed to be. Didn't lose any stitches, didn't gain any stitches in this round, okay? So I'm going to slip stitch into that first slip stitch because we don't want to skip over it. We don't want to lose that stitch, okay? I'm just going to slip stitch into it to join my yarn, okay? And then I will fasten off and get ready to change colors, okay? So I chain 1, fasten off, okay? Okay, so I fastened off. Now I'm going to get ready to join my next color and do round 31. But just as a side note, that when you're finished with this round of these first little shell type shapes, you're going to have 15 of them all the way around your piece, okay? With 2 slip stitches in between each one. Okay. And for round 31, we're going to join a new color, but it says to join it in the first, after a single crochet, okay? We're not going to join it in chain 1, stitch number 1, okay? We're going to join it in the stitch that's after the single crochet. So the first stitch is a slip stitch. The next one is your single crochet right there, okay? Which was stitch number 2 of that round, okay? Stitch number 3 was our first half double crochet of that shell, and that's where we want to join, okay? In the 3rd stitch of that round. So I'm going to join by pulling my yarn through, okay? And doing a little slip stitch there to secure it. And now I'm going to go on to our row, and it says to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. That is going to be our first double crochet of the round because chain 3 equals a double crochet, okay? So now we're going to do 2 more double crochets, okay? 1 in each stitch though, not 2 in 1, okay? So this is our first double crochet. We're going to do 2 more, so this is going to be the next double crochet. If we're going to do 2 more, that's going to be a total of 3. See, 3 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then after we do 3, then in the next stitch, we're going to do 4 double crochets all in one stitch. That's going to be like the top of our curve, okay, of the zigzag pattern. So we're going to do 4 double crochets right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all in one stitch. Okay, now we're going to go back down the zigzag, so we're going to do the same thing as we did over here. We're going to do 3, see, 1, 2, 3 double crochets. So we're going to do 3 double crochets going down, 1 in each stitch. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Okay, so now we're down the zigzag part, right? Okay, now after we do those 3 double crochets, we're going to do double crochet 4 together in the next 4 stitches. That's going to make our curve, our V part at the bottom of the zigzag. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over and take off 2 loops, but keep those 2 loops here on your hook still. Then we're going to repeat that again 3 more times. So yarn over, going to the next stitch, and now that is one of the slip stitches. So go ahead and go into that slip stitch, okay, and then yarn over and go take off 2 loops. Now you have 3 on your hook. Okay, do it again. Yarn over, go into the next slip stitch, yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over and pull off, go under 2 loops, okay? So that is the 3rd time we've done it. We're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, take off 2 loops, and now you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. That is your double crochet 4 together, okay? So now we're at the bottom of our zigzag pattern. Now we got to go back up again, and it's just a repeat. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to do the top part, which is 4 double crochets into 1 stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we're going to go down our zigzag pattern. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then now we're going to do another one of those 4 double crochets together, or double crochet 4 together. So yarn over, go under 1, draw up a loop, take off 2 loops, yarn over, go under the next, which is the slip stitch, pull up a loop, and then take off 2 loops, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull off 2 loops, go under 2, and then 1 more, because you're going to do 4 of them. Okay, you're going to have 5 loops remaining on your hook, yarn over and go through all 5. Okay, so there's, now we're gonna, that's the bottom of our zigzag. So now we're gonna go back up again. You just repeat that all the way around. Let me finish that round and I'll get back to we'll go on to the next round after I finish. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning again, and remember our chain 3, that was our first double crochet, okay, of that round. So we want to join with a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. So we're not losing any stitches. We're still going to have 165 stitches around. Okay, so now I'm going to fasten that off. And now we can go on to our next round. Okay, so let's join our new color and start round 32. Okay, so in round 32, we're going to work in the back loop. We're going to start working in back loops only. Our stitch pattern is going to be the same as we did in round 31. We're just going to be starting in a different place. Okay, so it says to join in the back loop only, beginning in the second double after a double crochet 4 together. Okay, so there was our double crochet 4 together, the one that we just made and joined. Okay, And then when we joined into the top of the chain 3, which was our first double crochet of that round, okay? And so it says to join in the second double crochet of that round, or the second double crochet after one of these double crochet 4 together, okay? So you're joining in the second double crochet. So I'm going to join up my yarn, or pull my yarn through to join, and then it says to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that is going to be our first double crochet of that round, and we're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Oh, and I just made a mistake. We're supposed to join in the back loop only, sorry. Let's do that again. Join in the back loop only and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and that is our first double crochet of that round. Now we're going to double crochet 2 more times, 1 in each stitch, or each of the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 and 2, and remember, we're doing back loop only. Okay, so now we are at the top of our mountain of our zigzag, and we're going to do 4 double crochets into the next stitch, back loop only. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets going down, 1 in each stitch, back loop only. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we're ready to do our 4 double crochets together. Now, if you're looking at your work and you look like you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, I'm not in the right place to be right in the bottom down there in the bottom of our our valley, don't worry about it. It all evens out. Just trust your stitches, okay? So if you started in the second double crochet after a double crochet 4 together, then you're in the right place and it'll all work out, okay? So you did the chain 3, that was your first double crochet, and then 2 more, so that was the first one, number 2 and number 3, right? 3, and then we do the 4 in 1 stitch, and then 1, 2, and 3, and now we're ready to do that part that's down there in the valley, okay? And remember, we're working back loops only. So let's do the 4 double crochets together. So there's our first one, the second one, third one, and the 4th one. And then we have 5 on our loop, on our hook. We're going to yarn over and take off all 5. Okay, now we're ready to do our 3 double crochets again. So back loops only, 1, 2, and 3, going up the mountain. And now we're going to do 4 double crochets into the next double crochet, but all into 1 stitch, back loop only. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see, 4. Okay, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets going down the mountain. So 1, 2, 3, all back loop only. Okay, and now we're ready to do the valley again. So we're going to do 4 double crochets together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, giving us 5 on our hook, 5 loops. Double yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so now you're ready for the 3 double crochets again. 1, 2, and 3, and then you're at the top of the mountain. So do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do my last double crochet 4 together. So yarn over, insert my hook into the back loop only, draw up a loop, go over 2, take off 2, do that same thing until you have gonna end up with 5 loops on your hook into the last 4 stitches. So I have to do it one more time because I have 4 loops on my hook. Okay, I've got 5 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5. Okay, so now I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. And that will join that round. Okay, and now I'm going to cut my yarn and fasten off. Okay, now we are ready to go on to the next round. Okay, so now we just finished round 32. We're going to go on to round 33. I'm going to change colors. So in round 33, we're still doing back loops only, but we're going to start in a different place. Now it says to start in the third double crochet after a double crochet 4 together. Okay, so if you have a hard time seeing where, because you joined and you have a hard time counting which stitch is which, you can always join in a different place. It doesn't matter. Just find your stitch where you did 4 together, which is that one right there. Let me put my hook in there. See that? That is the top of my double crochet 4 together. Okay, and then it says join in the third double crochet after that, because remember last round we joined in the second double crochet. This time we're going to join in the third double crochet after that double crochet 4 together. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it's actually the one double crochet before we start doing the 4 double crochets in one stitch. Okay, it's the one right before that, ends up being that one. Okay, but remember we're joining in the back loops only. Okay, so I'm joining my new color, chaining up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and now I'm going to go on and I'm going to repeat what we've been doing. Okay, so 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, right? Because it says to repeat row 31 again. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. That gives us our 3 before we need to do that 4 double crochets in 1. So now we're going to do our 4 double crochets in 1, which is like the top of our mountain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'll pull out some more yarn here. Okay, and now we're going to do the 3 double crochets going down the mountain, all back loop only, 1 stitch in each stitch, 1 double crochet in each one. Okay, now we're going to do our valley, which is the 4 double crochets together, all back loop only. Okay, doing the same way that we've been doing it for the last 2 rounds. We should end up with 5 loops on our hook. Oops. Okay, yarn over and pull through all 5. Okay, and now we're going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, so I'm just finished with round 33. I just did my last double crochet 4 together right there, and I'm going to join in with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Okay, and then I'm going to fasten off. Okay, and then for row 34, we're going to do the same thing that we've been doing, the same type of zigzag pattern. We're just going to start in a different place. In fact, we're going to start in the same place that we did in round 32. So in round 32, it says you start in the second double after 4 double crochet together. Okay, so there's our 4 double crochet together. There's our chain up 3. That was our first double crochet of that previous round. There's the second double crochet of that previous round. So that's where we're going to start, in the second double crochet after a double crochet 4 together. Okay, join our yarn, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to repeat what we've been doing. So double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, that gets us to the top of our mountain, and then we're going to double crochet 4 in the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and so we're going to do that, double crochet in the next 3 going down the mountain, and then we'll be ready to do our double crochet 4 together again. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do double crochet 4 together. So we're going to do that, the same pattern. We just started in a different place. Okay, and I will write down in the description box for each of these rounds. I'll just put for round 32, we will start in the second, you start in the second double crochet, attach your yarn and start in the second double crochet after a double crochet 4 together. Round 33, you start in the third double crochet, okay? But I'll write it down in the description box below. So round 34 is what we're on now. We had to start in the second double crochet again. And then round 35, we're going to start in the third double crochet, just like we did round 33, okay? So I'll do those 2 more rounds, okay? And then I will meet you up at the end of round 35, okay? Okay, so I'm just finishing round 35. The last thing I did was the double crochet 4 together, and now I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the top of the chain 3, and I'm going to fasten off. Okay, so going on to round 36, we are finished with the zigzag section. So round 36 is actually going to be another repeat of this one, except that it's going to be the opposite, where the scallop part is going to be on the bottom, okay? But it's a repeat of that round. So I'm going to join my yarn, and it says, as far as where to join, it says begin in the first double crochet after a double crochet 4 together. Well, where we joined in the top of that chain 3, that is our first double crochet past the double crochet 4 together. So right where we fastened off or joined, that's where we're going, when we fastened off, that's where we're going to join our new color. And we are still working in the back loops only. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my new color, and then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so going on, and like I said, we're working in the back loops only of this round, all the stitches. So let's get started. Okay, so the next thing we do is a half double crochet in the back loop only of the next stitch, a half double crochet back loop only in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So slip stitch, back loop only, and then again slip stitch, back loop only, and then now we're going to go down, and we're going to do a single crochet, back loop only, a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, so half double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet, back loop only, and then we're going to do a triple crochet right down the bottom of our valley, back loop only. Okay, now we're going to work our way back up at the top, so it's going to be a double crochet, and then half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, so half double crochet and half double crochet, all back loop only, single crochet, and now we're up at the top again, and now we're going to do 2 slip stitches, so slip stitch, back loop only, and then slip stitch in the next stitch, back loop only. Okay, and then we're going to repeat that all the way around. So single crochet, back loop only, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, so half double crochet, double crochet, back loop only, triple crochet, back loop only, double crochet, half double crochet, another half double crochet, single crochet, and then we're at the top again, so we're going to do 2 slip stitches, so slip stitch and slip stitch. Okay, so we're going to repeat that all the way around, and then I will meet you when I get ready to join. Okay, so I'm at the end of this round. I just did a triple crochet, and then the next stitch would be a double crochet, which I'm right where I'm supposed to be, because that chain up 3 acts like a double crochet. So I'm going to slip stitch into the chain up 3, the top of the chain up 3, okay, and then fasten off. And now we're ready to go on to round 37. Okay, round 37, we are now going to be going back to single crochet rounds, okay? But round 37 only, we're going to do back loops only, okay? And then after 37, we'll go back to do our single crochets in both loops. Okay. So I'm going to join into the top of the chain 3 with my new yarn, just where I ended off. Okay, and I'm going to chain 1 just to lock it down, and now I'm going to do a single crochet into that stitch. It's in the back loop only of that stitch. Okay, and now all I'm going to do is single crochet 1 time in each stitch in the back loop only all the way around. Okay, and I will meet you up back at the end of this round. Okay, so now I'm at the end of round 37. I've just made my last single crochet. Okay, I did all back loops only, and I'm going to just join with a slip stitch into my first single crochet of the round. Okay, and I'm going to go under both loops this time because the next rounds are going to be back in the going under both loops, not just the back loop only. Okay, so I'm going to chain up 1, and then going on. So that is the end of our repeat section. Okay, so rounds 38 to 44, we're just going to do single crochets but under both loops. Okay, just like that. So just under both loops. I mean, you know, regular. 7 rounds, okay? And you're going to go from round 37, which is what this one is, and go all the way until you finish with round 44 with single crochets. And you can change colors or keep it solid, however you want to do it, okay? And then when you get to round 45, you go back up to round 30 again, which was this one, and you repeat exactly what I showed you had to do. It's just a repeat of all that section. So from rounds 45 to 51, you're going to repeat rounds 30 to 36, okay? And then 52 is going to be like our the one I just did, which was round 37, which is back loops only, but all single crochets. Okay, so I hope this helps. I hope this will ease the frustration that some people are having, because I definitely want it to be a stress-free project. I think it's a fun project. I feel kind of bad that people have gotten frustrated with converting the pattern. But I do hope that this helps, and so be working on that. And next Monday, I will try to get both of my sections done. I can show you what I've done so far. Okay, so here's mine so far. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at this is round 35 on my bag. Okay. I just did this because I needed to back up to show you the stitch pattern, okay? So I'm going to finish this piece and do that second repeat. So I'm going to try to get my bag done up to round 51, you know, through that second repeat, and then next Monday we will, if there's any tips that I see, I think the third repeat is exactly the same, but if there's anything I need to point out, then I definitely will do that, okay? But in the description box I will write down the pattern converted to US terms, at least those repeat rounds, that section of repeat, hoping that will help you out. Okay guys, thanks for coming along on this tutorial. I hope it wasn't too terribly long. Y'all have a great week, and keep working on your bags. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.